In this video, I will be showing you some stitches and techniques used for this mosaic hat. This hat pattern is available on my website. I will put the link in the description below. This hat uses 2 colors of worsted weight yarn, as well as a 5mm hook for the body and a 4.5mm hook for the brim. You'll also need some scissors and a tapestry needle. The first thing that I'm going to show you is how to make the brim. Now, I do have another video on how to make crochet ribbing. If you've never done crochet ribbing before, I encourage you to watch that video first. I will link it in the description below. First, we're going to start with a slip knot and our smaller hook. And then I'm going to chain up the number of stitches I need. And for this, I'm going to need 7 chains. Then I'm going to place a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So here's my first chain, and there's my second. I'm going to place a single crochet in that second chain from the hook and continue to single crochet to the end. So when I get to the end, I should have 6 single crochets. And now it's time to start my pattern repeat. I'm going to flip this row over and I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to single crochet in the back loop only all the way to the end. So when we look at our crochet stitches here, we have our little V. We're going to insert the hook into that back loop of that first single crochet. So inserting into that back loop and then going to single crochet, inserting into the next back loop and single crochet. And I'm going to continue to do that until I get to the end of the row. Then going to turn my work over and repeat that. I'm going to continue to build these rows until I have the number of rows that my size calls for. So after all of our rows of ribbing are done, it's time to join the 2 ends to begin working in the round. And the way that we do that is we're just going to simply fold it in half like this. And when you fold it, you want to make sure that the brim is not twisted. You want to make sure that it folds in half and lies flat just like this. And then we're going to work across doing slip stitches between the last row and our first row of chains that we began with. So to do that, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the back loop of that stitch just like we've done before. And then I'm going to insert it into that first chain stitch from our first row. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. So let's do that again. Insert into the back loop of the next stitch, insert into the chain, yarn over and pull through. And there's our next stitch here. Insert into that back loop, first or next chain, yarn over, pull through. So we have 3 stitches left here. And our last one, it's kind of hidden down here. And our last chain, yarn over and pull through. So we've seamed the brim. We're just going to simply flip this so that our seam is on the inside of the work. And you can work over that tail or weave it in if you need to. So there's our seam that we just did. It's on the inside of the hat. Now we're ready to start the hat body. Before I start round one, I need to switch out my hook for the hat body. So I'm going to take that hook and insert my larger hook. So now we're going to work single crochets into the end of each of these rows that we just made. And once again, I've made a video about crochet ribbing. I recommend watching that if you've never done this technique before. So I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to work my first single crochet into the end of this first row. I'm going to place my single crochet. But before I continue, I'm going to put a stitch marker in that stitch. It just helps me find the end of the round better when I come back and finish that round, so I know which stitch to place my slip stitch into. So I'm going to continue to work single crochets into the end of each of these rows of ribbing. So I'm going to continue to do that off camera, and I'll meet you back here when you're finished. I've just completed my final single crochet, and now it's time to join my round. So here is my first stitch where I placed that stitch marker, and instead of going into the front of that stitch and doing a slip stitch, I'm going to do a reverse slip stitch. So we're going to be working from the back. So you can leave this stitch marker in if it helps you, or you can take it out. I'm just going to leave it in so you can see the stitch here. I'm going to pull this loop up just a little bit. You don't want it super tall, but just enough so that you can see where it's at. And then I'm going to go in from back to front underneath both of those loops. Now it might be helpful to actually turn your work to be able to maneuver your hook a little bit more easily. So I'm going to insert my hook from back to front. I'm going to grab that loop and place it on my hook. I'm just going to cinch it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to pull it through. So I'll show you that again. I have my final stitch here. It's my last loop. I'm going to pull that up just a little bit, and here's my very first stitch that I need to work into. I'm going to remove my hook, leaving my yarn in the back. I'm going to insert my hook in that first stitch from back to front, grab that loop, cinch it down just a little bit, and then pull it through. So that is our reverse slip stitch, and we have finished round one. For round two, I'm going to show you two different techniques. First, I'm going to show you how to switch colors for each round, and then I'm going to show you our first stitch, which is the back loop single crochet. So I'm going to introduce color B, and to start a new color, I just like to make a little slip knot so I have something to grab onto. You can just grab onto the strand or however you like to switch colors. So I have my color A here on my hook. I'm just going to simply place my loop on my hook, and I'm going to pull it through. Now I'm going to take my strand from color A, and I'm going to pull that tight and cinch it down. So now I just have my color B strand. Then for round two, I'm going to chain up one. Now I'm going to work back loop single crochets through the whole round. So I'm going to start in this first stitch, and you can see our color is kind of hiding in the back here. That's the great part of that reverse slip stitch, is you don't really see the seam. So we're going to work into that first stitch here. I'm going to insert my hook into that back loop and yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through two. I'm going to continue to do that to the end of the round. So insert into that back loop and then pull through two. So we're just going to do one solid color, doing this back loop single crochet until we get to the end of the round, and I'll meet you back here when we slip stitch and change colors again. I've just finished my last back loop single crochet for the round, and now once again I need to do that reverse slip stitch to join my round. So I'm going to pull up a loop and remove my hook. I'm then going to turn my work. If you like, you can keep it to the front like this. If you want to work like this, it's just a little easier for me to flip it this way. And then I'm going to insert my hook from back to front. And then I'm going to grab that loop and put it on my hook, pull it down just a little bit here, and then pull it through to make my slip stitch. Then going to flip my work over. Now to change colors once again, back to our color A, I'm going to grab my strand that's already down here from below, going to yarn over and pull it through. And I still have a little bit of a loop there from my color B. I'm just going to grab that working yarn and pull it down nice and tight. I can now start my next row. Now I'm going to show you how to make the second stitch in the pattern, which is a mosaic double crochet. So far we've been making our back loop single crochets like these, and now we're going to be doing a mosaic double crochet. And to do this, we're going to skip this round that we would be working into, and we're going to jump down to the round below. So you're going to skip down 1, 2 rounds, and instead of inserting your hook into the back loop, you're going to be inserting it into the front loop. So we look here, we have this front loop right here. You're going to start off like you're doing a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to insert my hook underneath the front loop of that stitch. So I'll show you that one more time here. I've yarned over, and I'm going to insert into the front loop. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And essentially what I've done is just skipped over that stitch in the back. So now I'm going to do 3 more of the back loop single crochets. So I'm going to insert my hook into that back loop and single crochet. The pattern calls for. And now I have another mosaic double crochet to do. So I'm going to skip this round and work into the round below, yarn over, insert underneath that front loop, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So you're going to continue to follow the pattern. There will be a chart as well as a written instructions. Working in between the back loop single crochets like I'm doing here, back loop single, and the mosaic double, which works in the front loop 2 rows below. So continue to work in the pattern, and I will meet you back here when it's time to shape the crown. The next 2 stitches that I'm going to show you are done in the hat crown section, and these are decrease stitches that are used to shape the top of the hat. The first one is going to be the back loop single crochet 2 together. This stitch will actually decrease the number of stitches in that round. So when you're finished with the round, you might want to go through and do a stitch count and make sure that it matches that of the pattern. So I've already done my first stitch for the round here, and the pattern will say to do a back loop single crochet 2 together across the next 2 stitches. So in order to do that, you're going to insert your hook in the back loop of the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop just like you're doing a single crochet. But instead of finishing the single crochet, you're going to insert it into the next stitch in the back loop, yarn over and pull through. I now have 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. And I've just decreased those 2 stitches into 1. So that is the back loop single crochet 2 together. The next stitch I'm going to show you is the mosaic double crochet 2 together. Now this stitch will not actually change your stitch count in the round, but it's used to merge together the stitches from the previous round that got left behind in the decreases of the last round. I know that's a little confusing, so I'm going to show you what I mean. So in this last round here, I had 2 back loop single crochet 2 together. So I had 1 here and 1 here on the end. And what that did is it took our stitch count of 5. You can see I have 5 loops here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it turned them into 3. So if I were just to do mosaic double crochets in the center 3, it would leave these stitches sort of sticking out on the end. So in order to keep the pattern a little bit more tidy, we're going to put these 2 stitches together into 1. So to do the mosaic double crochet 2 together, it's going to be written as working across the next 2 stitches. So we're going to drop down to the second row. I'm going to yarn over like I'm doing a double crochet and insert it under the front loop of that stitch. I'm going to yarn over and pull through like I'm doing the double crochet, but I'm not going to finish it. I have 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to insert it into that next stitch in that front loop, yarn over and pull through. I now have 4 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 3, and then yarn over and pull through those last 2. I'm going to show you that again. So I have this just plain mosaic double crochet in the center stitch, and then I have my mosaic double crochet 2 together on these final 2 stitches. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into that first loop, grab the yarn and pull it through, 3 loops on the hook, going to insert into the next front loop, yarn over and pull through, 4 loops on the hook, going to yarn over and pull through 4, and yarn over and pull through 2. And you can see that it just kind of pulls the stitches together and gives it a tidier look. So that is the mosaic double crochet 2 together. After all of the decrease rounds are finished, it's time to close up the top of the hat. So I have a tapestry needle and some scissors here. I'm just going to leave a long strand for both of my colors here. I'm going to cut those, and then I'm going to pull that long loop from our color B here so that I can use it to sew. And then for my first color, I'm just going to go in through the top here and grab it with my hook and pull it down. Okay, now it's time to sew the top of the hat. So I'm going to put my yarn on my tapestry needle here. And then I'm just going to go around the top of the hat and stitch into each of these last remaining stitches. Until I get back to the beginning where I started from. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull those tight to cinch the top of the hat closed. That's good and tight. And then I can just weave back down through the bottom. And then I'll use my tapestry needle to weave in all of my leftover ends and block the hat. And here is what the hat looks like after all the ends have been woven in and it has been blocked. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials.